Hi, my name is Carolyn Sawyer. My company is the Tom Sawyer Company. I went from doing the news to making the news as a successful business owner. It was 1996 and I had spent about 16 years on the air as a television news anchor, and I realized it was time for me to sign off for good. People often ask me, do I miss television? I tell them no. I didn't travel too far. I'm still in the business of getting messages out. Only I get those messages out for clients. And those clients can be nonprofits, they can be governmental agencies, or they can be corporate clients. But our focus is to figure out what is the best way, what's the best medium to use to get the client's message out. Two areas where we've been extremely successful, and we have a great deal of focus, is in the arena of advertising, but it's airport advertising, which is a little unique. And so the next time you're traveling through a major airport like Reagan National in Washington, D.C., or Los Angeles International Airport in L.A., you'll look to the side and you'll look at that ad and think, wow, the Tom Sawyer Company is part of that organization that can put a client's message up on board so that people can see and understand what that client does. The other area where we've had an extreme amount of success in our realm of communications has been in our call center business. We have an inbound, outbound customer care center. And what that means is we're there on the other side of that 800 line, answering questions that you might have about information regarding to a product, a service, or perhaps you need to be referred to services to support perhaps a disaster. One of the greatest accomplishments for our team was to step in very quickly following Hurricanes Katrina and Rita and Ike and Gustav in our Gulf Coast, where we were able to go in and to help families navigate where they were and how they could get to a safe place after that storm. And that work was very, very rewarding and challenging for us, but it also enabled us to feel a sense of how we could be viable in a number of different projects of that nature. And so when we looked around the globe and we saw individuals in Haiti suffering after the earthquake, we were able to step up and offer similar services to those families to let family members know that their loved ones over in Haiti were alive and they were safe. And so for thousands of families here in the United States, our company's in-kind effort in just communicating that message was something that they were so very grateful for. So it's about getting information out to people, plain and simple. I've always been accused of going for it all, and I'd have to say that we utilize all those strengths. To begin with, integrity. If you don't have it, you won't be in business long. You might start it, launch it, but it won't last. One of our biggest prides is that we still have clients from 15 years ago that come back to us today to do business with us. Weaving, that's your price for being able to do business on this earth, that you would connect other women or connect other people to opportunities, and that you give something back. You can't just take, you've got to give something back. And you really want to have a passion. As hard as we work to run our businesses, you want to have a passion and want to keep that flame of your creativity and your intuition crisp and alive so that you can make good, sound decisions about navigating your business. So I have to say a lot of those strengths we use every day. Best advice I could offer to any woman thinking about going into business is to remain open. Remain open to any and every possibility. Explore the opportunities. If I think back to the day that I started the company, and I think back to the very first client, and I've said to people often, if I were doing what I did 15 years ago, I'd be out of business. But what has kept us in business is our willingness to be open to the possibilities. Who knew 16 years ago that we'd have the opportunity to work in some of the nation's leading airports and to run major call centers and to provide service at a realm that we could not have imagined then? It comes from remaining open. I have a personal goal of growing my company to $50 million by the time I'm 50. And the clock is still ticking. And it's ticking faster, it feels like. But I'm looking forward to reaching that personal goal. And then after reaching that goal, really giving greater focus to what I believe are some key characteristics of entrepreneurs who are successful, and that's the spirit of lifelong learning. And to take the time to read books and tons of books for pleasure that I haven't had because I've been reading for work, to travel more, not just have it be conference related, but to see places that I've just wondered about and wanted to see on this earth, and to spend time with family, more time, because once the ticking starts, you can't stop the clock.